Hello everybody. So I'm just getting everything ready. We're going to do a resin pour, and I just looked at the colours and realised that I just did a pour with approximately the same colours. So I might just change those up a bit. So here we go. All right, so I can now see who comes in and who's chatting. There we go. So I might just grab another couple of colours. So we'll look at I was actually looking at red, and that's not a usual colour for me. So what if we change, without changing it up too much, we will, and another interference. So this is the interference blue, this one is the red. So this is red, phthalo blue, aluminium, and titanium white. So we'll remove this one from the pile. All right, hi Sue. Hi Mom. Thank you very much, Sue. Hi Mandy. Hope everyone's doing well. So I'll just grab my gloves. And get this resin into, I don't know where we are. Okay. We can go this way a little. How's it? There we go. All right. So, all right. So I'm pretty certain that I mentioned on my last video that I would do a giveaway tonight, I think. I need to check. So let's get this going. Okay. So I like to use Just Resin, whoops, this way now, DiamondCote. There you go, looks like this, sparkly. But I still have bigger bottles that I use off the table, because, and I keep those little ones to be able to easily show you. So, all right. So this is an approximately 13-inch round MDF board. So I think what we'll do is go with just a 120. So the DiamondCote is a 1-to-1 ratio, which makes for easy measuring, and so I also have used a 2-to-1. I mean, it's not complicated. It's just easier to match 1-for-1. So almost there. Oh. All right. And come on. There you go. stirring. So, mixing them together now. I want to make sure that we blend the two parts together. So I've discovered that I like using a paint stick from Bunnings, and there have been some other suggestions about silicone stir sticks to look into, so I will do that. But for right this moment I have a paint stirring stick, and when I finished mixing up the resin I just wipe it down and let it cure and it's ready to go again. So, have I ever used DiamondCote resin? No, I haven't, Mandy, but I would like to. I'd like to try both their art coat and their countertop resin. So, but absolutely I'd love to. Scrape the stick, scrape the sides, all while mixing. You notice when you start mixing that everything goes a little pearly and you get these little stringy pearl bits. What's DiamondCote? That is an epoxy resin from Just Resin, and it is a 1:1 ratio, has excellent air release properties. What else? So you can, when you use it for just a clear flood coat over the top, you just need to mix it all up, make sure that's mixed well, and then spread it over, and you can walk away from it. The air releases by itself. I have other videos, and I do have my first video when I used it. Well, I think my second video is the best one. I used it and I actually set the camera up and you could see these little bubbles just pop. So you get it from WA. Yep. Long work time. Over an hour. Nice. Yeah, Mandy, I was thinking of contacting them. So over in Western Australia. See about getting some. It's always good to try other products than what you usually use. Does it self-level? Yes, Denise. Epoxy resin is self-leveling. So you must be sure to use it on a very level table or bench. And all right, just a little bit longer. Let's have a look. That looks all mixed in. I can't see any stringy bits. Lots of bubbles, but they'll release. All right, so thanks. You're welcome. You're looking forward to this. You're planning to do some resin too. Oh, nice. Well, I hope that the colours turn out because there was that last minute change. So, all right. Get some sticks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least 6. Okay. So I do want one majority colour, then, oops, then I'll have smaller colours. And I was meant to take that cup out. See, this is my measurement cup. I create my own by placing the cup inside this one, using measurements of water to mark the lines, and then I know that when I place another cup in there, I will have one part to here, one part to there, same, and then I can just reuse this over and over till it's the last cup I have of it, and then I can just use it. So there we have it. I have purchased some measurement cups that I mustn't have checked correctly, because they were just measurement cups, not ratio 1-to-1 mixing cups. So I'll admit that. Wrong ones. It happens. So I think I'd like the phthalo blue to be the majority colour. Pop that one in there. That's beautiful. And I have turn these over now to give the time to switch over. This interference blue, so it's powder form. Hold your breath. Be very careful about this powder blooming into the air. It's very, very fine. Lid on. Okay. It's a very nice feeling to put that lid back on the powders. So, what's the difference between the normal JR and the DiamondCote? So the normal Just Resin, like, is it Just Resin Art Coat? Yeah, the regular one. It's a 2-to-1 ratio, so you have to factor in that extra little tidbit when measuring. It's air release properties are not as, what would you say? It doesn't have the same air release properties. As the DiamondCote. What else is there? Yeah, it just has this like really amazing high gloss finish. So there we go. This is the red interference. Love the idea with the cups. Thanks, Mandy. So that was the red interference, lid on. I have some aluminium. This one has warmed up, not warmed up, but thickened up. If this happens, you can give them a warm water bath, or just warm it a little bit, and it will loosen back up. Oh dear. That should be enough. So I love this aluminium. Think. All right, we've got it moving. Let's hit it a couple more. some of those paints just normal acrylics. Denise, these are all epoxy pigments. So these are designed for resin, for colouring resin. So put that one away. And the last one is some white. Yeah. Wasn't sure about this, but we will. This is titanium white. Always give a stir to your pigment paste. Nice dollop on the end. Pop that into there. Whoops. I so didn't get my stir stick out of there, which was the plan originally. So, never mind. Be sure to wipe it off. Especially because I got that white paste on there, so I want to make sure that that's gone. That over there. All right, so stir them in. That's lovely. This one is the aluminium. No worries, Sue. Any questions that I can answer, I shall. So please feel free to come in, ask a question. I have also created a Facebook group. It's called Creating and Sharing with Tracy. And it's only brand new. And so if you would like to head over, if you're on Facebook and you want to share things with me or ask questions, yeah, just request to join. There's 2 pretty easy questions for your membership, for your joining request, just so that I know that we're not getting bots and things in there. So yeah, and then I will accept you into the group as soon as I can, and I hope that this group becomes a nice sharing creativity and encouraging and inspiring others to do so or with their works. And it's not only about acrylic pouring, but alcoholings, any fluid art, any doodling, anything that you love to do. There is no restrictions. There we go, that looks pretty cool. So that one's the red. So what I noticed last time with these was that little bit that wasn't mixed in, that little bit of powder. Ooh. This one is the blue. It's really bizarre because it's like you can't see anything, but when you do see it, it's like, wow. Oh, always stirring. How did your acrylic painting with the interference pigments dry? It dried. This cup is all warped. I wonder if it was from when I was heating up that aluminium and it was catching some of the heat from the torch. I'm just trying to think where it is. Oh, there it is. It dried. There are some, because I did feel like the interference colours in that pouring medium were a very thin consistency. You can tell where they were. It's kind of created a little bit of a crevice. It's not a crack. It's more just like a little crevice. So from the top surface, it's got some character. Let's see, what's the word? Texture. So this is what it looks like. Try and get it in the right light. Can you see the texture in that corner? But yeah, so it also does have some cracks, but they were also pretty much there when it was wet, so before the end of the video. But yeah, so that's how it looks. Try and catch some light. But yeah, it's just a really nice shimmer. There we go. Fantastic, thank you. Excuse me. That is beautiful. Hello, Celine. How are you going? Fantastic, beautiful. No problem, Sue. It's still gorgeous, yes. I agree, Mandy. All right. So now I think what I'd like to do is kind of just create some different sections. So that's the phthalo blue. I'll leave a bit in the bottom. And then the red. Totally just kind of going all over the place at the same time. Trying to be a little bit random. So you're watching while you're cooking lunch. Well, I appreciate that, Fiona. Thank you. So before we get too far, I will put the blue interference with the blue. There we go. And the red down as well. Alrighty. So So now the aluminium. So now just filling in space before I warm it up and give it a little bit of movement. Over here. All right. Bit of white. All over the place. Okay, just what I have off to the side here is my isopropyl alcohol in a squirt bottle, so I can stand it, just push down and just clear the stickiness from my gloves. Just grab the heat gun now. Did I pour resin first or just colours? In this one, Fiona, just the colours. So I mix them all first and then just straight onto the board. Okay, so I'm going to turn the heat gun on. Did you totally see what I did there? I did a spiral, and I think it looks pretty cool. So that's not how I plan to leave it. There are a couple of more things I'd like to do. So just having a look at the colour, getting it to come across the sides, and right there. Alright, this is going to turn it around, have a look at the other side, and my legs all moved. Alright. There we go. It's really cool. I like how the spiral worked, but that wasn't that wasn't the plan. And now I don't even know. Oh yeah, I have to try and look at these interference sections. In the light, so. Yay, thank you. Wow, magical. Thank you. All right. So, blue. This is the blue. I just want to put some through here. That section looks a little bit plain. And maybe just a bit of red to go with it. Because it's not that it doesn't necessarily need the same color. It just needs a dark color to go with a dark color for it to really pop. It's stunning. Thank you, Fiona. Right. So what I wanted to do with it was just do a couple of swipes. So let's see how that goes. We'll kind of start a little bit sideways. And then bring it back the other way as well. This is my non-dominant hand, so it's a little bit less, not quite as smooth as the other side, but I would like to bring some red over the top of that, if I can. So coming through this section, trying to bring that over. And some of this aluminium. See how solid that was? Oh my gosh. I have to pick up some of this now and bring it over that aluminium. And some from over here and bring it over this way. So you can still see the reactions from the heating and manipulating the resin together. And this one. Alrighty. Dun, dun, dun. Bye, Fiona. Take care. Thanks for coming in. It's looking awesome. Thank you, Mandy. Maggie put legs on the substrate on Lazy Susan. Yes. Yes, I have a Lazy Susan. It's just a bit wobbly. I need to put new legs under it. So that will be awesome when I get that sorted. Right. And bring some of this blue into that section that I just dragged, just because it was taken away from that bit. And also through here to break up that white. Down here. There we go. This is where I can't help myself. You have to get some DiamondCote. Absolutely. Give it a go. Like, everybody, I love it. Everybody finds their own things that they love within other products, and you know, it could be what you really love. So I'm just kind of looking at some of these lines and just trying to follow them a little. That needs to go off. That brought some blue back down there. And bring some red in. Oops, totally skipped a part. There we go. There. Some of this aluminium. Alright. So it's definitely become a busy piece, but if we make the fact that it's busy one of the features of it, then that's pretty cool. Alrighty. Alright, so while you were watching, I hope that you had some inspiration, education, or relaxation. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Please give the video a thumbs up. Leave a comment below and share it with others who might also appreciate it. So I'll just give it a torch because alrighty. Because the other thing is, once you add pigments to the DiamondCote, you still do need to torch the bubbles. The air release is literally for when you're doing a clear flood coat and it is nothing else added to the DiamondCote. So you bought the normal one, haven't even opened it yet, too scared. Oh, Sue, please give it a go. Like, whenever you've got the time, grab it out, open it up, do something really small, well, not too small, but yeah, and yeah, I really think you'll enjoy it. All right, so let me see now. I need to take these gloves off so that I can, actually I'll turn this first. So that I can touch the camera and things. So I was just curious about, you will, thank you, no problem. And don't, if you're on Facebook, I have a Facebook page now. It's a group, creating and sharing with Tracy. So you can share, we can share photos, ask advice, ask opinions, anything like that in that group. It'll be a really easy way to get in contact with me, that's for sure. So, turned out beautifully, I love it. Thank you. Alright, so, I will go back through yesterday's video. I know that it was Nancy and Carolyn from the video but I'm not sure. I have to check the comments following the video if anybody else wrote down 2 of their colours that they loved from that particular balloon smash that they loved together. And yes, so I'll draw that tomorrow night. I apologise if I said it was tonight. I just been running around like the chook with my head cut off. And I forgot to get into the comments to double check to get extra names. So you did, Sue? Awesome. Fabulous. So was that Nancy, Sue and Carolyn? Mum? Or were there others? So I'll just run this over. There was one more. And turn this light off because there we go. So can you please have a look for that name? I'd really appreciate it. Mom. Okay. Right, so close up, you can see the reactions around the aluminium. That is awesome. Oh, baby cakes. Yes. Okay. Yep, baby cakes. Awesome. Thank you. All right. So we'll just zoom around this. And so I'm not so sure about seeing the interference colors without tipping it up and trying to capture them in the light. Might be best checking with that once it's cured and holding it up and manipulating it to see them. But there's some pretty cool effects. Oh, I know that there's some interference red right there. Oh, it's focusing on the wrong thing in the resin. There we go. So this section here. But as far as seeing what it does, not really seeing much of that right now. So we'll be able to check that tomorrow. All right. So let's have a look and see. For this little photo paper card, I need, okay, this is what I'm talking about. So, we have Nancy, Sue, Carolyn, and baby cakes. All right. All right. So names have been written inside this folded up. It's just the 4 of you. Good luck. Let's see. I don't really want to do it over the resin in case it gets some debris everywhere. Trying to make sure everything moves. And that it's shuffled. So this one right here. And that was a little bit sticky. All right, ready? Carolyn. So awesome. Thank you, Carolyn, for letting us know what your 2 favourite colours were in that respect. So this one I will send to you. So congratulations. Lovely to give away some things for my birthday. And tomorrow I will also have another giveaway. Just have to sort that out. I will have it ready in time, and it will be during the live. So I apologise for those who can't make it in time. But I will do one during the live. Maybe I'll do another one like that. One during and one after for those that capture the replay. Sounds fantastic. All right, so thank you so much for being here. I really like some of the effects in here, but I don't think we'll see what the interference is actually doing until we can manipulate it in the light. So we'll probably be able to do a kind of like a true color video of that tomorrow or the next day. And yeah, I will be doing a late live video on Monday nights and Thursday nights. So at 11 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So I will make sure that is known somewhere, it can be seen. Just to remind you guys that I'll be here at 8:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time every night for the rest of this month. That's the plan. But I will also be doing 2 late night lives, Mondays and Thursdays at 11 p.m. So fabulous. All right, my lovelies, I really appreciate you being here so much. I hope you enjoyed that. Take care if you have to go anywhere. Be kind, be creative, and be fabulous.